Merry meet, guys. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Houston. Tonight I wanted to do a tag video. It is called the 7 Witchy Questions tag, or Get to Know Me Better. It was created by the Senna Witch. I will have a link to her video below. Like I said, it's a 12 question tag. I will also post the questions down below in the description box as well. Excuse me. But so this is 7 witchy questions, kind of to get you guys to know me a little bit better. This, like I said, this was created by the Senna Witch. I think she did a great job creating this tag. There's some really interesting questions. Without further ado, let's go ahead. I have them. So if you see me looking off, I kind of have them written in a notebook beside me. So the first name, or the first question, that kind of gave it away. The first question is, what is your witchy or magical name? My witchy name is Liramir. Liramir, and I also apologize for the shaking. Liramir, my sister gave to me, my pagan sister. It is Elvish for the lovely one. It is also the name of my spiritual business. My spiritual business is Liramir's Spiritual Gatherings, and I've taken a liking to Liramir. I really do think this one's gonna last. I know how people change their names throughout their lifetime, but Liramir, I feel, is just right with me, you know. So I was actually also thinking of changing my channel to Liramir Spiritual Gatherings, but I haven't really quite figured that out on how to do that yet. So once I do, I'll change it over. But beside the point, my magical name is Liramir. Hopefully you guys understood that. Question number 2 is, what is my favorite subject in the craft? And that's a lot, because I like to learn a little bit about everything. But what I love to study is energetic healing, different ways to incorporate different energies in a healing session. I am a Reiki master, so I like to incorporate different elements and different correspondences and different energies into my Reiki sessions, or angel light sessions, or anything like that. So energy healing is one of my favorite subjects to learn about. Also divination, anything divination wise is kind of where I started, and then energy healing came along later. And so divination, energy work, and really anything about the craft. I'm a sponge for all types of stuff. Um, so, and I'll get to explaining more about that later. There's a question about books and things. Number 3 is, what is your favorite witchy song or group? Weirdly enough, there's only like few witchy, I guess you can call them, groups that I listen to. That's kind of because I think all of the other ones they just don't jive well with me. The 3 groups that I do listen to, the first one may not be witchy, but I listen to Celtic Women. One of my favorite songs by them is crap. I Am the Dawn and the Sun. I can't remember what it's called now. Darn it. There's that one. There's The Voice, which is very pretty. There is another one on their new CD called Tirnanog, which I fell in love with. My sister also showed me to that new CD. Tirnanog is one of my favorites from that. The other one is Damn the Bard. Some of his favorite songs are... Some of the favorite songs I like by him is Cauldron Born, and I think they had to do something with Carnunos or Hearn. I could be thinking about the next. Off the top of my head, I can only think of Cauldron Born. And Samhain. He does a song about Samhain that I really, really, really enjoy. The next artist or group is S.J. Tucker, and I like Hymn to Hearn by her. Hymn to Hearn that she sings. Also, the Deadly Salad or Ninja Salad, or I don't know. It's one of the funny songs she sings. And The Ravens in the Library. There's a lot of songs by S.J. Tucker that I find that I like. So those are the three groups: Celtic Woman, Damn the Bard, and S.J. Tucker. The next question is last witchy item you purchased, and actually I bought them today. Which hold on, I shall say these are going to be items because I got to get them out anyway. I bought 2 of these round mirrors they have at Dollar Tree. You know, hey, you can see me. Hi. I bought 2 of those for $1. I needed mirrors for some of my work, and they usually have them in stock, but for the past couple months they haven't, and I saw 2 of them sitting by themselves, and I was like, well, these are mine. So I got 2 of those. You know, they're just $1. And then I got the pillar or novella candles, the 7-day candles. I got 2 of those. And I got some permanent markers to write on top. They're not really witchy, but I use color correspondences when I write on my candles, like when I write what I want on the jar candles. So yeah, those are the last witchy items. Before that, I had I found a small quartz crystal ball and a small black glass crystal ball, or not crystal, but glass orb. And I think those are the last 2 witchy items before this that I purchased. So, yeah. So, make sure those don't break. Because I'd be really mad. So, yeah. Those are the last witchy items that I bought. The next one is number 5 is... Oop, you're falling. I apologize, you guys. You're on my pillows again on my bed, so when I move, they move. But then number 5 is your favorite witchy book, and that's kind of hard to pinpoint because if you know me, I have a lot of books. So narrowing it down, I have books that range from basic Wicca to traditional witchcraft to the left-hand path to shamanism to Reiki to divination to wizardry to herbs, but I would have to say my favorite I'm gonna do my top 5 because that's a hell of a lot easier. Top 5. Number 1 being American Folk Magic by Silver Ravenwolf. Number 2, which is actually a series, is the Temple of Witchcraft series by Penzak. Number 3, thought I had all these laid out until I started labeling everything off. Number 3 is The Magician's Companion by Whitcomb. That's a fantastic book if you're looking up for correspondences and things. Number 4 would be The Apprentice Wizard's Grimoire, or The Grimoire for the Apprentice Wizard by Oberon Zell Ravenheart. And number 5 would be... I wouldn't say that. I get back to this book all the time. It's right here. Number 5 would be Secrets of Shamanism, Tapping into the Spirit Power Within You by Jose Stevens, PhD, and Lena S. Stevens, husband and wife. I go back to this book all the time. I've had this since I was in high school. It's a fantastic book for shamanic techniques and kind of harnessing them in your everyday, mundane muggle life. So yeah, those are my top 5. The next question, number 6, is favorite color. I don't know why I said witchy before that. Favorite color. Favorite color is purple. So yeah, my favorite color is purple. I'm a big purple fan. Purple and blue. I'm trying to think of anything else. No, purple and blue. Those are my 2 favorite colors. So yeah. Do I have a familiar? I don't have a physical familiar, I guess you could say. I did when I lived back home, and I still feel his energies a lot, but he was, he is an outdoor dog, so I couldn't really, back home I was kind of hiding my craft, because my parents didn't really approve of it, but they weren't, taking everything and burning it, saying that I was going to hell. They just didn't approve of it, which is okay. They accept it now because they understand it more, and now that I understand it more. But back home, he was our dog, and he still is. He's still alive. His name's Teddy. Um, Gorgeous, gorgeous golden retriever, goofy little thing. But when I would go out and work magic, when I walk him through the woods, my parents, we lived on 26. I lived with my parents. They live on 26 acres of property, and we have a wooded walkway, or a wooded path, I guess you could say, that goes back into the woods, and you know, you can go hunting, fishing, whatever in the pond. I would take Teddy for his walks, usually when I'm home, once a day or twice a day, depending on how he feels. Um, he's actually 8 years old now. Damn. Sorry, random. But I would go out there, and while he'd run around, I would. There's a big clearing before the pond, and I would do my magic, or do some magic, and he would look at me funny, and sometimes he would come in circles, sometimes he wouldn't. But he was more like, "Are you okay? You know, are you fine?" He didn't go anywhere. I had him off the leash at that time because there's nowhere he was going to run. Um, and he's always the type of dog to like run 20 yards in front of me and then stop and look back to see if I'm still walking. Um, but he was my familiar for a time when I was at home, and you know, I could call his energy in, but it's kind of hard when you don't have the physical familiar. But I do have. I don't consider my spiritual team, which consists of my spirit family, being a spirit keeper. I have spirited vessels, and also my spirit animals, my angels, my guides, my guardians, and the deities that are with me. I don't consider them, or any of them, my familiars. Um, Unless someone comes out and say, "Hey, I want to be your familiar," but so far I haven't had any one of them or any new one come out and say, "I want to be your familiar." I work with them, but I don't consider them my familiar. I consider them part of my family. Um, so I hope that answers that question. This is going to be a kind of a long video, I guess. We've only got 5 more questions, so I'll try to keep it. I'll try to keep it shorter. Um, Question number 8, your favorite witchy scent. My favorite witchy scent is anything earthy. I am an earth sign, but I also like, I'm a big patchouli fan, a frankincense fan. Excuse me, bed's not that great for back posture. Frankincense fan, patchouli. We have a orange spice incense at work that is phenomenal. It's just kind of overpowering in my small room, but it's fantastic. I love dragon's blood if it's mixed correctly. Sometimes if you don't get the right mixture on store-bought dragon's blood, it smells like soap, and I'm going for more of like um, a musky scent. I love the smell of white sage and Palo Santo, which is Peruvian sandalwood. I love those scents. So yeah, those are my favorite scents. I know you're supposed to just list one, but I'm going to list more than one. Number 9 is my favorite Sabbat, or Sabbat, or whatever you want to call it. And I have to agree with Sinowitch on this one. My favorite Sabbat is Litha. I always come alive this time of year in the summer with magic and working with the Fae, and it's kind of really when I started was during the summer. You know, was off from school. I didn't really have any obligations, so to speak, of. So, you know, I would go hang out with friends, and we would work magic, and we would study together. So I'd have to say Litha is my all-time favorite Sabbat. With I want to say the winter solstice, because I'm a January baby, so I like the winter solstice. Not for like the presents or, you know, exchanging gifts or anything like that. That's not the reason why I like it. I like it just because of the symbolic of the Holly King and the Oak King battling. And also that's the midsummer solstice too. So I like both of the solstices. Um, So yeah, Yule and Litha are my 2 favorite Sabbats. I just like the balance of light and dark, and the growing of one and the diminishing of other, and vice versa on the other. It's very appealing to me. Number 10, are you in a coven or are you solitary? Um, right now, I am solitary. I have been in, I wouldn't call it a coven. I've been in 2 circles around here because they don't like the word coven, so I'm not going to label them a coven. I have been to coven functions where I've been invited to group magic, and I find it phenomenal. I've just wanted to step away from the circle and work on myself and work on practicing and harnessing magic for myself instead of relying on someone from a group, and kind of broadening my horizon and knowledge wise, where in the group I wouldn't have been able to. Just for a fact, that the people in the group, some of them, I mean, this last group I was in, a lot of them were open-minded. Some of them were not, but that's with any kind of group. So delving into other aspects where people, may look down on you, or hell, may even be shocked, or try to, I don't know. Basically, I just wanted to get away and learn the other side of the craft, other than the love and light part, because I know there's a lot more to it than always being love and light. I'm not saying that love and light's a bad thing, because it's not. It's a part of the balance, but so is the darkness and the shadows. And I think, and I've always gone by, a witch needs to learn how to harm to heal, um, or a witch that heals can also harm. Um, you must know both, and the balance is very important in my practice. I may not practice harmful or malediction magic on an everyday basis, or practice it, what have you, but at least I know the mechanics of it. And if I ever come across someone who's been cursed, or if I've been cursed or hexed or whatever, I know how to break it down and deflect it, just because of what I've studied. And I know that totally went off topic, but late night rambling with me. So hopefully you guys are enjoying. So number 11, what is my favorite witchy shop? We do have a witchy shop here in Charleston, but as of late, I have to say that is not my go-to store anymore for witchy products. That is because the people who run the store have become really cliquey, meaning that if you are not part of their everyday crowd that sits up there and you come in, it's kind of like you're a stranger and they don't really want to talk to you, or if they do, it's not. When I go into a shop like that, I want to have a conversation. I don't want idle small talk. How you doing? How's the weather? Blah 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 blah. How you doing? How you been? How's your partner? Blah 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 blah. I want to have a deeper conversation about something that may have interest, and see if they have the same interest that I have. But as of late, if you're not kind of part of their clique, they kind of look down their nose at you, and a lot of people have noticed that. So I don't really shop there anymore. I'm not going to tell you the name, because I'm not going to be that kind of person. But my favorite witchy shop would actually have to be, I get a lot of my stuff from Amazon. A lot of my books, I actually have 3 books coming in. I have a shamanism book coming in. Let's pull it up. Let's see what I have coming in. I know I have the Witch's Book of the Dead by Christian Day. I know I have that coming in. That's shipped out today. I have, excuse me, I just had dinner. I have Summoning Spirits by Constantinos, and I have Mother Nature Spirituality by, hold on, by Ed McGaw Eagleman. So it's a Native American author. So I have those 3 books coming in. So Amazon is really a big one. There's also a store in Canada that I get a lot of, that I get my sage and incense from. It's actually on a website called spellsofmagic.com. I don't really, I mean, their items are awesome, and some of them are out of stock, so I mean, eBay is awesome too. But the sage that I got was fresh. It arrived super quickly, even though coming from Canada. I bought a mortar and pestle from them for $14. It's about that big, that tall, and I think it's jasper. And it's got a sun and a moon on it for like 14. I bought a huge wand that's like that thick. Yeah, for like $5. So I mean, they're pretty cheap, and it's something to look into. They don't have a lot of stuff. I'm looking eventually to go to Lucky Mojo and get some stuff from them, but as of right now, I haven't. So I would have to say spellsofmagic.com and Amazon are my two favorite witchy shops. And the last one, number 12. What is my favorite food or drink to drink or eat before, during, or after a ritual? Well, before, I usually don't drink anything unless it's a hot tea, so like a peppermint tea or a lemon and ginger tea. I definitely don't. I don't really eat anything big. During, when I do Sabbat or Esbat rituals, and if I have on hand sweets or something, it'll be something sweet for an offering, and that's what I'll eat during ritual. But afterwards, again, I'll probably have something sweet, like I'll make me some either sweet tea or a hot tea or a Gatorade or something. And snack-wise, it's usually what I have on hand. So if I did a ritual tonight, what I'd have on hand is chips and salsa. So nothing really anything fancy, but I mean, it's just what I have at the moment, you know? There's nothing really specific about what I eat and drink before, during, or after a ritual. I don't really have a ritual to get ready for a ritual other than to cleanse myself and my space. Nothing really eating or drinking wise in that ritual. So I know this video was kind of long, 21 minutes, but I hope you guys enjoyed. And with that, I will bid you guys many blessings. And until next time, see you guys later.